Okay, so today we got a 2012 Buick Verano, and it looks like they have had tires put on it. And I'm doing other work to it, but I noticed the tires are not in the right position for the TPMS to work properly. So we're going to go through and reprogram the TPMS sensors on this 2012 Buick Verano. Should be pretty much the same for any Buicks of this year range. And probably many other GM vehicles. This is a Autel MS906TS, so it does have the TPMS function built in it. So we're going to go ahead and set the car up here. We'll do an auto detect. Okay. So to do this, let me open the garage. I'm in here doing other stuff. And this is what we want to do. We don't want to just check. We're going to relearn. All the tires are aired up. I verified the tires have the right pressure in them. We're going to do an OBD relearn. Okay, please make sure that all vehicle sensors have been triggered. You have 4 sensors not triggered. Okay, so let's go ahead and trigger the sensors. And that's easy. Just hit trigger, and then you hold the tool. And you can see it turns green. It'll go. You always start with the driver's front. I know the glare is probably going to prevent you guys from really seeing much. We got that one going to the passenger. That was the passenger front. We're now on the passenger rear. I'm going to hit trigger. Now on the driver's rear. So we have now triggered all 4 sensors. You can tell because they're green, it's got the ID of the sensors. Okay, and let's see, OBD relearn is what we want. Communicating with vehicle. Horn just honked twice. Please place the tool against the left front valve stem to activate the TPMS sensor. I'm going to hit OK. Got 1 horn honk. We're going to go to the next sensor, which is the passenger front. Going to hit OK. Passenger rear, going to hit OK. Hold the tool up to the valve stem. Should get the honk. Going to the driver's rear. Hit OK. You'll get the dual honk whenever it's successful. OBD relearn, OK. So now the display up on the dash should be correct. What it was showing was we had a rear tire that had 22 pounds of air in it, and it was showing that it was the front tire on the passenger side. So I did this relearn, so now all 4 tires are going to report accurately as to, you know, their locations. And that's it. So now you know the proper TPMS sensor IDs on all 4 corners of the car. And that's how easy that is. Anyway, again, Autel MS906TS. This has got it's got a little symbol there because it's got the antenna and the software and the hardware built into it for the TPMS system. So you can perform TPMS test, reprogram, you know, quite a bit of TPMS work. You see the options that you got up here. Of course, you can just check them, which we've already done that. And whenever you're in check mode, you can see it reports the air pressure. It also reports the temperature, the battery condition, and then you got the IDs right here. And then, of course, you go under programming, and then you can program TPMS sensors if you're just going to replace one or swap them around or whatever. And you've got the different options: copy by activation, copy by OBD, using the OBD connector, copy by input, so you can manually input the information, or auto create. The auto create, you have to use Autel's sensors, and it'll automatically assign the serial numbers and stuff to the sensor and then program it into the car using the tool. And then, of course, relearn is what we just did. And of course, you got OBD relearn, read IDs from vehicle, read DTCs, clear DTCs. So it's a pretty useful tool when it comes to TPMS work. I don't do a lot of TPMS work, so my recommendation is, if you don't do a lot of tire work and TPMS work, I would get the BT, just the Bluetooth model, because the updates for this one are about another $100 to $200 more than the updates for just the BT. And the BT has all the same exact software and capability that this one's got. It just does not have the built-in TPMS features. So you won't have this symbol, you know, that little icon right there, and you won't have, if you looked at the first page, let me go back to the first page of the TPMS. You won't have this icon right here. That's the TPMS feature. So whenever, if you've got this icon, you have a scan tool with the TPMS feature. The BT or the regular 906 won't have this icon right there with the TPMS feature. But again, just for update reasons, I wouldn't get the TS version if you do not do TPMS work. And I don't do enough TPMS work to really justify this scan tool. So I learned through experience that I had to pay to get this updated, and I had to pay a little extra because it's the TPMS version. Now, yeah, it was handy here, so I was glad I had it. But again, depending on how much work you do, you may not choose to care about having TPMS options. Anyway, you guys take care.